Hey guys, it's Gus, and I am sending you a quick update to the previous build that I made for the HR. I went back from pure range to the hybrid. The range is still an excellent build if you're going to be doing the commanding shot and the stag heart to support the group. But if the group in a trial endgame needs a DPS, it's this HR is looking really good right now. Very good. I only made a couple changes to the powers. I'm still using Aspect of the Falcon and Seeker's Vengeance rated change instead of Long Shot. Thorn Roots, Predator, and instead of Commander-in-Chief, we're going for Forest Bond to reduce our cooldown powder so we can use more encounters. And the three encounters you want to use are Longstriders, Constricting, and Hindering. But the real reason I wanted to do this video is because I recommended the Gith. Well, I'm 99% certain I was wrong. So I'm at 645,233 hit points, 86.5 power, combat advantage 78, combat advantage 67, crit strike is 67, and crit severity is 71. So I'd recommended the Gith for the 5% combat advantage. Well, there's downsides to this race compared to the upsides that we get from the Metallic Dragonborn. The Metallic Dragonborn gives us 3% power, which we need because if you're using the best build you can possibly make, and mind you, I have on the Watermelon Sorbet, the Wildstorm Elixir, the Superior Flask of Potency, and I have the Forger's Box activated for the 2% power. And I still can't get cap power unless I put power in some other slot that I need stats somewhere else. So if you do want to cap power, you are going to sacrifice somewhere else. This is for HR. I don't know about for other classes, but I'm pretty sure all classes get the same amount of power for Forte. So I don't really know if it's that much of a difference. And this is with 20 stacks of, as you can see, the 20 in the buff bar. Even with 20 stacks, the 5k from this shirt, I could go with the 7500 power in the boots, but then we'd be sacrificing 5% damage from the iron leggings, which are freaking awesome. Healers tend to hate them, but if you're playing good, you don't really need healers too much. Well, there's parts you can't avoid, but for the most part, you're okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We are going to log out, and we are going to, hopefully I have one of these, and hopefully I'm right, because if it's wrong, I'll have to use 2 of them. Oh, I logged out. I meant to change characters. So we're gonna go like this. We're gonna do race reroll, and we were using the Gith that gives 5% combat advantage, which is great. It won't help too much. It helps more in trials than it does in dungeons. But you also have to put 2 points in intelligence when you could be putting that, or in dexterity when you should be using that in charisma, so you get more stats from your companion, and you get a better recharge rate, which is great if you like using encounters. But works every time is power and crit, in all dungeons. So these 2 stats are really good. Oh, and you get 3% incoming healing, which is good because we're using the boots, and we get 3% max hit points. So we're going with Metallic Dragonborn. And we're going to put our points in strength. Oh, how do we go back? I haven't done this. So we're going to go charisma. Oh, what? How do you select this? Strength. And, okay, so I have points in. I want to go strength. Strength and charisma. There you go. And we're going to continue. And I'll worry about this later. We'll worry about the looks. And commit changes. And we're going to go back to the dummy. And we're going to see what our stats are looking like. Thanks for waiting patiently. I don't have an editor to fast forward that. Oh, good, I'm in the same spot. So I still have the Forger's box on, Watermelon Sorbet, and the Wildstorm Elixir. And we are at 663,000. So we gained 18,000 hit points, which is great. Did my arms reset? My arms did reset. So let me get the 20 hits up for the arms. Okay, there we go. So now I'm at 90%, and remember, I was at 86.5% on power. So now did we get 3.5% power? You all saw that. We're at 86.5, and you notice those numbers aren't changing. We're still overcapped by 32 on combat advantage. But yeah, we got 3.5% power. And CA was at 73, and we were at 78, so it went down 5. Crit strike is at 70.5. We were at 67. And crit severity stayed the same. And not to mention we got more recharge speed, a little bit more charisma, gave us a little bit more points. Oh, and 18,000 hit points. Yeah, this is a win, guys. And the great thing about power and crit strike that you get from the Geth or from the Metallic Dragonborn is it's good everywhere and every single bit of content you run. Combat advantage is only good when you have combat advantage. And there's other things that we can do to raise that. Well, not a whole lot. But the interesting thing about combat advantage is the higher you get, the less effect it helps you. Power is still your #1 stat for offense. And believe it or not, 85% accuracy and 85% combat advantage. Accuracy actually helps you a little bit more than combat advantage does. So combat advantage is great, but capping it it's a priority, but it shouldn't be your #1 priority. Very pleased that I made this change, and and that hat fits this character much better than the previous one did. So again, the changes I made from the previous HR build is I did not change any of that. Did not change any of that. Bat Swarm, well, you'll probably use Tunnel Vision or Bat Swarm or Vortex in most stuff. Well, actually Vortex or Tunnel Vision. And then I'm still using all aggressions and skills. I got 1 Artificers, 2 Warlords, 2 Assassins. Crit Strike still. Hit points. powers. I just went over those. Yeah, guys. So I'm really gonna enjoy this more, and I think it's a little bit better than the last time I showed you. So, Metallic Dragonborn all the way. And please let me know if this is a wrong decision, but I don't think having 1% more offensive caps stats that I could not cap in my previous build, or having more charisma for better recharge speed and more stats from your companion, and 18,000 hit points. I don't see how 5% combat advantage is better than that. I don't. But if you know a way, if it is, please let me know in the comments below. Have a good evening, Neverwinter. Stay classy.